What's up, my fellow traders? Hope you all enjoying your Easter holidays. And talking about Easter, I'm running 30% off on my premium plan, which is a lifetime plan, and it is not to be missed offer. Because with that, you get these two plans for free. And if you have been following me on YouTube, then you know how much value you can get from this plan, where you get access to Discord group and full forex trading course that is applicable on indices market, commodities market, every single thing you see in the market that is still applicable. So the discount code is in the description. Go to moneymarkers.uk and it is valid till Monday. That is all 30% flat off for this premium lifetime plan. And the value you will get from this course, you will see throughout this video. And if you're someone who's already a trader and want to get these two plans for free, then head to my website. All the way to the bottom, you'll see the brokers section where you can join them. And with minimum deposit of 1K, you'll get all the benefits for free as long as you are actively trading with them. So weekends videos are always very important for you, for someone who is really interested in making trading their careers, as I give you lots of knowledge, tons of knowledge, and everything I did throughout whole week. The trades I've taken, the trades I've avoided, the zones that played out, the zones that didn't play out. I'm going to show you all that this week. Now, that was a crazy week due to Trump's tariffs announcement. But the good thing is, I don't really care. Wherever the market goes, doesn't matter, it's going higher to the sky or it's going down, lower, falling like a waterfall, I don't care. My rules are very simple. When the price is inside my zones, I sell or buy. When the price is in between my zones, depends above or below EMAs, I go for my trending trades. Very simple and very easy. That is what I'm going to show you in this first part of the video. It is very important. If you want to listen it, you get lots of benefits. If not, then you can straight away jump to the second part where you will see the commodities analysis as usual. So now I'm going to show you the trade that could have blown up my account and the trade that could have made me thousands or millions if I would have invested or risked 100% of my account balance. That is something we call a gamble. So first, I want to show you with a losing trade, which is the reality of trading. First, that was also sent to the members. Now this trade right here, you see a waterfall of a red candle that happens due to Trump's tariff. I don't blame that for the stop loss. Like I said, my rule is very simple. When the price is inside my zone, I don't care if there's a tariff increase, if there's a major news event happening there. I go for my trade. I reduce my risk. I still go for my trade. That is something separates me from the traders who are just panicking and fearful and not taking the trades because of these big moves and big hypes in the market. That is something I'm going to teach you how you can also implement in your trading by having a strong mindset. First, this trade, I knew that the market was very choppy and it is not really trending. As you can see, this is just a range mode market. But I have my rule met where I have my pullback entry bullish. That was above 50 EMA. The price just made a new high all the way from consolidation. Some good green candles with a pullback, engulfer, pin bar. That has given me an opportunity to enter this trade, which I did send to the members. And now that pushed lower. The tariff increased and of course hit my stop loss. That is totally fine. Now this tariff increase could be in my favor as well, in case with my technicals fundamentals would have fueled my take profit. In this case, it fuels my stop loss. Now imagine something. I have no stop loss here. How much pips move is that? That is more than 300 pips move. Would be enough to blow up my account if, let's say, I've taken full risk of my account balance, right? But once it hit my stop loss, I was out of this trade. I don't care what's going to happen afterwards. I knew the price has gone bearish. The directions has changed from consolidation to bearish, not bullish. And now instead of looking for buy trades, I'll be looking to sell this market, more likely. So that was a trade that could have blown up my account and anyone's account. That is a good lesson for you to have your stop loss there, because the market is nowadays really uncertain because of these big news events. But one thing is certain, your rules are certain. Your rules are there. They are set in stone. Once your rules are met, like this trade I've taken, I'll be taking the other trades. Now, I've shown you one example here. That was my stop loss hit. Now I'm going to show you an example where that trade could have made me millions, if not millions, hundreds of thousands, which is one of your favorite commodity, silver. Now, the beauty of this trade is first on 23rd of March and then on 29th of March. Mark these dates. Now, let me scroll down to silver right here. Now, here on 23rd of March, I was looking to buy silver from my zone. Now, I said there is no ifs, there is no buts when there is conditions. And I don't care if there's big news events happening out there. I only care that my conditions are met, and I've been doing that from last so many years that I'm fully confident on my strategies. The COVID came, so many big thing happens. I always followed my rules. Now here we had the zone that I was paying attention on 23rd of March. The price was inside my zone that was sent to the members, and I'll be looking to enter my buy trades on a smaller time frame with entry condition. Now, once the price reacted from this zone, I want to show you, we have a condition which is my double bottom pattern. I entered right here, I exit right here, not here, but I could have traded zone to zone, but I don't risk it for commodities, but that could have played out. So all the way from here to here, that played out perfectly fine. And once the price hit my level of resistance, that was sent to the members. They were already prepared. If the price pushes up from here, we are looking at this level to sell the market, right? But not blindly, with conditions. So as you can see, next week, the following week, I've said that silver is now pushing up, and now inside of major level above marked in red, it is a level which is the counter trading zone, means we are going against the trend, right? This is a good uptrend from where we're going to see a nice conditions to sell this market. And what do you see here? Nice bearish engulfer that was sent to the members, also informed to my members, to the traders who watch me daily on YouTube. You guys are not paying anything. It is because silver is something I cover every single day. But of course, to the members, I want to give them clear instructions and also answer their questions via emails, confirms the entries, everything if they ask me questions. So you guys also know that I'm going to sell here, and this was an alert that was mentioned, the trade that was called in my last weekend's YouTube video, without ifs, without buts, clear entry. Let's see the clip from that. Now that is a good momentum, a bearish candle, and I don't like to enter right here. Instead, I want to enter right here, middle of this candle, keep my ATR above, something like this, and go 1-to-1 initially and manage your trade to 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio. But I'll keep my limit order right here before the prices pushes down. Perfect. So you see, after the report was sent, the condition meets. Did I care that if the tariffs or if the news were against me, what will happen then? I was not fearful. I was not listening to the noise of the market. Now let's, for the minute, imagine if the news was against us. Maximum it would have hit your stop loss like it did in the USD CHF trade. But here it was in the favor, and as you can see, the big move here. Of course, if there is no take profit set for me, I would be dancing in the dollars. But of course, my take profit was set as well, all the way to 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio, and I was out. I know a few of my members, they send me a message that they are still in the trade all the way from here, and they are still in this trade. And that is something I call greed. You might have made good money here, but in the long run, it will hurt you. So make sure you have a stop loss and take profit. Both, if you have made money here, that is perfectly fine. Come out so that you can do good risk management for your next trades. So a good example of entering here from the support, selling here from the resistance. Now that is the power of education. How do I know that the support is here? Because it is my tested strategies. I have tested every single pair you see on my screen, on all the markets here you see on the screen. I've tested them more than 100 times, and from last so many years, every single day. That is my only job, and that has given me some good amount of experience that I knew, and I have a good idea where the supply and demand zone marks. I could have marked my zone, my support zone maybe somewhere here, but I choose to mark the zone exactly here because that is something follows my rule and exactly how the price pushes up from here. My next zone is somewhere here, which I'm going to cover in the analysis part of the video. So again, like I mentioned at the start of the video, take advantage of the offer and learn how to mark these zones support and resistance and learn how to trade the other strategies which I've personally been trading and profitable throughout the year. And I'm showing these trades every single week to you. The one I'm taking, the sending to the members, even in my real accounts, I show you my trades every now and then so that you know that every strategy I teach you, I take that personally as well if you follow me. Take an advantage. It is not something very big you are just thinking to do. You are ready to lose thousands of pounds but not ready to invest something in yourself. At least you will learn. That will give you a path to become financially free. Now the similar thing has happened here on crude oil trade. I have my zone that was sent to the members right here and right here. Before that I had this zone, and after this zone played out, I have sent this zone to the members. So let me show you that as well very quickly. Now what do you see here? Now these two zones you see right here. First, let me show you the date. It is 2nd of March. Now on 2nd of March, I've sent this green zone, and that time it was my zone right here. So as you can see, we were waiting for the price to come down to my zone below to buy and hit the zone above to sell. That was already inside the zone, as you can see right here, to sell this market. So what do you see here? It pushes down till this zone, it pushes up. Now last week, I've not looking at this zone to sell again. Instead, I was looking at the zone above, and I knew that it is a likely chance the price of crude oil will break above this zone and head to this zone because we have already eaten the profits from here, and I knew that this time the price is going to hit next level of resistance. So let me show you that report I've sent last week right here. So after this zone was played out, I was looking at the zone above, which is right here. And that number was 71.89, goes to 73.13. Right here, this number in front of you that was sent to the members. What do you see here? Nice double top, and from here, price pushed down like a waterfall. Now, in my last video, I've clearly mentioned I won't be buying here in this zone because it is a falling knife and I'm not gonna catch the falling knife. That is why I warned you in my last video, if you have seen that I'm not buying here. Instead, I'll be looking at the zone below. So I'm not saying that. Let me show you the clip from that video. Crude oil is nicely pushed down now. Right here, what do you see? At this point, what I'm expecting. Not buying at this point, of course not. I'm going to mark next zone, and which I'm going to give you in my next video. Awesome. So you see that? That is something you call experience. That is something you call looking at your strategies, your rules, which I'm teaching to my members, to my students, of course, with the full rules, and you guys, if you follow me on YouTube as well. So that is something we had, and that is how we took a trade all the way from here to here, from here till here, till here, till there. Now, that is something we call taking your trades with exact rules. Yes, if there's a big news event, reduce risk, but still take your trades and follow your conditions like I try to teach you. And it is something I've been teaching you from years and years now. If you follow me on YouTube, I've been showing you every weekend so that you can see that in front of you, that it is exactly something that is happening in the market every other day. That strategies I've been teaching you guys is still relevant every other day that is happening. So that was something I wanted to show you, the trades I've taken from the zones. Now I also want to give you a heads up here, an example of copper. Now for the copper, I was looking at the level below to buy, and right here, do you see any conditions? There is no condition. That was a good and big waterfall of red candles. It didn't even let me to buy here. Even that zone below, right here. I might be marking the next zone and send to the members below, but that is something we call no conditions means no entries. Aluminium is something that gave us a condition. That is something I want to show you as well. That is something I've not really tested. It is not one of my tested instrument because my members asked me to send these reports. Few of the members, that is why I've added that in the report. Also, some Indian members who want me to do MCX, natural gas and crude oil and other commodities, I'm going to add that as well from this week. But that is something that was not really tested because I don't like the candles of these particular commodity on 4 hour. Yes, on 1 hour it has been forming some good candles, not on 4 hours. So here I've sent this zone to the members. Price forms a pattern right here, not a valid engulfing candle. As you can see, it opens above, so that it didn't play out. That was not a solid condition and it falls down. So it might play it out next week from the next level of support, which I'm going to send to the members. But that is something I want to show you as well, that if there is no conditions, we are not taking any trades. So I've shown you how I've entered the trades from the counter trading zones, from the trend continuation zones. Now I'm going to show you the trades I've taken, which is my pullback entry bullish. Now I've shown you one trade, which is my losing trade at the start of this video, USD CHF, that hit my stop loss, a dramatic fall. Now I'm going to show you one more trade, which is GBPAUD. Now this trade was sent to the members, and as you can see, I have my limit order set, and with the other trade I've entered right at the close. So that is how I do my risk management. This trade has more than 100 pips. That is why I informed the members to be careful with the risk, because I don't want members, my students, to just put all the risk in one trade and blow up their account. So that is why it is your own decision how you want to take your risk management. But right here, I want to show you this trade, a nice pullback entry. Now this week, the market was very bad. When I did a live session with my members, every single market, the Forex market, was just ranging. Only few of them, they were trending. One of them was GBPAUD. That is why I decided to take this trade. As you can see, nice trending market, series of higher highs and higher lows right from here. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs and lows. And that is what something I've taken an advantage of by sending this alert to my members. And right here, this order was not triggered, but I've entered right at the close as well. This trade has given me insane 152 pips of take profit. Now, I didn't know that it's going to push up this much high. No one knows. But my take profit was hit. Again, some of the members, they have still not taken the profits. That is 742 pips, which is insane. Again, I will not recommend you to do that. Take your profits once it hit your better reward to risk ratio. So that is the winning trade we had in the group. 2 of them were sent to the members because these are the only 2 opportunities I found this week. All the other markets were ranging. But next week, we might be getting so many other pairs in the radar, because now most of the pairs has fallen down or rising up. That is another opportunity for us to look at those pairs next week, and we might get lots of opportunities in coming weeks. So as we are looking at Forex pairs, one of the pair had dramatically plays out, which is AUDNZD, one of my trade that was not sent to the members. But the report was sent to the members so that they are prepared for their trades if the condition forms. Now in my last week's report, I've sent this zone to the members. Now, at that time when I sent the zone to the members, the price was already inside this zone. Now, the good thing about the reports you receive is it is something you get on the weekend or on Monday when the market just opens. That gives you time to prepare throughout the week. And once you see the conditions, you don't even need to wait for my signals. Again, if you're not my student, you get these reports. If you are trading with your own strategies, that's totally up to you. My zones are playing out absolutely fine from last so many years. If you're using them for your own strategies, then you're still making good money here. Now, this pair has played out. The other pairs, we are still waiting for the price to get to those zones, which I might mention in my next week's video. But right here, as you can see, I've mentioned that price is now inside the structural level. Now we are looking for potential short trade as long as entry condition met. What do you see here? Price was inside the zone already somewhere here. It forms a nice double top pattern. First top, second top, and that was a nice waterfall for me, giving me some good amount of pips, and our take profit was hit for this pair. That is why I say it is not a signal group, and signals cannot make you rich and cannot give you fortune. Only right education can, and only right mindset can give you financial freedom. It is your own choice how you want to take it. If you want to take trading seriously, don't just pull up your phones and start trading on your phone by opening the MT4 platform. You need to have a proper mindset that you want to become a trader. You need to have that environment around you. Have your laptop there or a screen there. Analyze the market like I do throughout whole week. The Friday is the only day when I don't look at the market and I don't sometimes respond to the message, because I'm so tired 6 days in the week. Every time I look at the market, because it is my serious business. I make money from this business. So I'm not taking it as a joke by just pulling up my phone and start making money. If making money was that easy just by pulling up your phone, then everyone would be millionaire by this day. It needs hard work, it needs dedication, it needs right education. Combining all that, you become a good trader. So have your desks there, have your rules in front of you, have some good quotes in front of you, get motivated when you see the market. If your stop loss is hit, don't get disheartened. Don't get angry. You will only get angry, you will only get fearful if you are placing a trade with a maximum amount of risk. If your risk is only 2%, then there is no way you can blow up your account, but you're going to increase your account balance. I have my students, I'm really glad that they are now full-time trading. And soon I'm planning to get them to my channel to share their experience with you once they are ready. So with that being said, let me show you some indices, the trades that was happened. Now indices are falling like crazy. But let me show you the beauty of my rules. Now first, let me tell you something before you get so excited. I've not taken these trades, but I'm going to show you the absolute valid conditions we have here on indices. Now my rules are very simple. Once my rules of this strategy, which is my pullback strategies, I have 6 rules for that. Once every rule is ticked, we take the trades. For me, I personally take my trades on 4 hour and 1 hour. Sometime on a daily, I don't take many trades. But for someone who is a long-term trader who want to take the trades daily, I have few students who have taken some trades on a daily time frame. That has been playing out perfectly fine. Sometime because I've not tested many instrument on daily, that is why I don't take many trades on daily. Now I want to show you something here. Okay, the Trump has increased the tariffs. Market is falling down. Why not sell the market? Why not take an advantage of bear market, make money when the market is falling, and then make money when market is rising? But if the rules are met only then. Now, what do you see here? It is my valid pullback entry that follows my rule. If you would have entered right here, your take profit would have been hit right here. Or if you want to manage it, that is something till where I would have managed my trade. Now, if you ask me, is it that simple? It is not. Trust me, when I take my entries, when I look at these conditions, I follow and I look at very small details. You see this entry and you see this pattern. Now, this pattern is invalid. This pattern is valid. Why is that? I can't explain in the single video, but 6 rules are met. If you are my student, you know all the rules of that. That is why I say, if you know my strategies, if you know my rules, if you follow me, then that is money. You would have made a big amount of money here in indices. You know how much potential indices have when you take the trades. So a nice pullback strategy in the bear market below 50 EMA. Now that is something you can't say, Umar, you don't teach us. I mention EMAs in every single videos. I try to teach you as much as possible in my free videos so that you can able to take better trading decisions. US 30, nicely hit profits. Then we had S&P 500. You see exact same entry pattern, nicely hit your take profit. Would have hit your take profit, which I have not taken. Nasdaq 100, exactly same entry, that would have hit your take profit. That happens on a daily time frame. You see the potential in learning the rules. Nice entry on JP225 Japanese index, that would have hit your take profit. Now, if you know the rules, why can't you make money? I'm showing you this example. Now, if you are my students, you can relate with me because you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know all the rules. Swing high condition, right? That would have hit you take profit. So many opportunities in the market. Don't just force yourself in random trades, but look at nice entry conditions. My job is to teach you, give you the rules, try to teach you the discipline, trading psychology. You might become much better trader than me. I'm sure you can. That is all I can do. When you want to become a doctor, an engineer, or scientist, the professor or the teacher can only give you education. But in the real world, you are the ones who are performing the surgeries or who is flying the planes on your own. So my job is to give you this education. Learn from me. I might be making less money. You might be making good money because your risk tolerance might be bigger than me. So lots of opportunities we had in the market, and I hope you have got and learned something out of today's video, and I hope you have understood a concept of trading. The examples are in front of you. It is your job to implement that. Hard work is something you need to do. You can't make money just by subscribing to a signal group. Learn this skill because the skill can give you your financial freedom. So let's wrap the first part of this video and let's start our analysis with net gas, gold, silver, and crude oil. Starting with natural gas. So lots of panic here in natural gas, and that is something I want to tell you guys what to expect from it. Now, head and shoulder pattern, determination zone, the stage 1 has played out. Even though we haven't got a condition that I was looking for. We absolutely had left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder completion with a red bearish candle that nicely pushed down on a daily. Again, that was not an entry condition for me, but that has reacted. Now, this right shoulder has triggered and it pushes the price lower to the termination zone below, which is right here. Now, I want to give you heads up here. We have a last chance for the price to bounce up from here if that conditions forms. If not, then I'll be looking at a termination zone below, because the second stage of head and shoulder pattern is the break of the termination zone below. In head and shoulder pattern, we have two termination zone, one above and one below. right here. So first the price normally reacts from the termination zone above, and then it pushes down to the termination zone below, and from this termination zone below, if it breaks below, it falls dramatically, and the head and shoulder pattern that works like that. Again, for the students, you know the full rules for that. Now, if I would have used the discretion just by this red candle, I would have entered, which I didn't risk. Of course, that's a commodity, risky commodity. I didn't risk that. Now, what I'm expecting from here, the condition I just mentioned, that is a last condition which I'm looking at. Number one, price is now heading towards a rejection zone that I've been mentioning from last couple of videos, which is my double bottom pattern. That's going to be absolutely valid double bottom pattern if the price pushes down here. That has first bottom, pull back, second bottom, and then it can reverse from here. That is the last chance we have here for natural gas. Because I'm also looking at the fact we are above on a daily and the price just closed with the one red candle on daily. If we have one more red candle on daily, in that case, the price of nat gas will start to reverse from here. Now, one more factor we need to see how the price opens. Above 50 MA, that is positive. Below 50 MA, that means we have a good bearish pressure for the price to push down again. So the signal I want you guys to look for, it is very simple. I want to see some more fall to this rejection zone. You can mark this rejection zone absolutely. I did from the body to the wick. Let the candle come down. Rejects from here. I want to see a rejection like engulfing candle. You see the price previously bounced up from here dramatically. So that is something I'm expecting from here. This time not aggressively, but less aggressively, which is double bottom pattern. Let the candle come to this zone. If we have rejection here followed by engulfing candle or a nice pin bar, now the wick is allowed to go below. If the body goes down, closes below, this pattern will become invalid, and then I will start to look for the trend continuation bearish trades. So that is why very important to see a rejection with a green candle. Green candle will be very risky entry, still a valid entry. Red and green, red or green engulfer, red and a pin bar or just a pin bar from this area. If we have that here next week, then I'll keep my stop loss below. Take profit can be 1 to 1, 1.4 to 1, something I'm expecting. Now, on the way down, we have a cross here. I will take an opportunity to sell this market and go for the little scalp. Of course, I want to scalp out of natural gas when there is condition. We did multiple scalp, and still this year so far, natural gas is a winner. We still have no losing trades at this point. The trades we have taken all the way. These trades, good reward to risk ratio targets. It is something I'm expecting again. Now, if the price before it pushes down, pushes up, pull back below 50 MA, forms bearish engulfer, I am just simply gonna go short using 1 to 2 ATR for the target still here. Now I want to show you the volume of the natural gas as well. As you can see, it is 84 or 8. Now it is a high volume or high volatility looking at the ATR. Normally it's 4, 5, 3 for natural gas. At this point, it is 8 or 84 for the current candle. Mean it is a high volatility, high volume in the market, and it is likely going to push further down, but it must reject from here for the price to push up from here. So for now, on the way down, look for my bearish pullback entry. Till here, exit here, look for double bottom. If completed, we're going to go long. If broke below these lows, then the price will likely head to this level first, bounce from here, then fall to this level, which is very likely. So keep an eye when the price break below these lows. I will keep you guys informed accordingly as well for the next move. For now, a crucial area, keep an eye on this area. Enter your trades with conditions. If there is no conditions, there is no entry. Now, one more condition I want to mention. If the price close below this low, in that case, the termination zone number 2 will trigger, and the entry number 2 for the bearish trades will trigger just with the close. It will likely retest and fall again. So that is why I'm keeping my eye on this area for the next move and next entry condition. I will not hold on with this bounce. I will take an opportunity to grab my profits from this bounce if there is an entry condition without holding on with my trades. Exactly same on NEMEX. The rejection zone look like this if you want to mark this on your charts. Rest everything is same. The condition I've just mentioned, look for that. That is all I'm looking at. And if you're looking at an Oanda, the charts look like this. Exactly everything looks same. Pullback entry bearish or double bottom from here. If broke below these lows, then we are likely going to fall to these levels, which I'm going to keep you guys informed. Next up, we have gold. Now I've mentioned that if the gold stays above 50 EMA, then we're gonna still buy gold. Now the price pushed down with one candle, then pushes back up with a second candle. Now there is no entry condition. Yes, the price pushes back up, but without any entry conditions. So no conditions means no entry. Price is now broken below. We have this nice 382 bearish candle. For the student, a shout out for an entry. If you have taken that, you might have made some good pips here with 180 our target. For now, I'm just looking at a further fall out of gold. You might see a pullback, bearish engulfer. I'm gonna go short from gold. Till when? Till the price get to the next level of minor support, which is 2938.61 goes to 2954.07. Now, if you're expecting a bounce, expect a bounce from this level. Otherwise, I'm not expecting any sort of bounce, but only expecting some sort of corrections before the price will fall to this zone. Once we are in this zone, we're going to grab some good bounce, and then we will see if the price break above 50 EMA or not for the next entry condition. For now, keep looking at this level, have this level marked on your charts. Now just look for the bearish pullbacks engulfer, keep on taking shots till we are here. Then from here, I'm going to keep you guys informed in my daily videos. This is a buying level here and only area from where I want to buy gold. So not buying gold, only selling here with my entry conditions. Next up, we have silver. What a waterfall we had from silver. That was already an informed move. And you already know that the price is going to fall from here. The report was sent to the members. There is no ifs, there is no buts. Nice waterfall, and price now pushing down. So at this point, what I'm expecting, I'm only looking at selling silver just with a pullback and bearish engulfer. Now for the members, I will be sending you an up-to-date zone because we have a level of resistance right here roughly for the YouTube audience as well. But I'm going to mark the zones maybe tomorrow and send it to the members, but I'll be marking the zones after this video, so that is why for the YouTube audience you will get an up-to-date zone on Monday talking about resistance only, but it is a zone that has been set already by me. That has been done. So if you want to mark the zone below, which is right here, 27.58 goes to 28.21. That is a zone that I have just marked. So for the resistance zone, wait for my Monday's video. I'm going to give that to you. Keep an eye and only look for the pullback, bearish engulfer. That is all I'm looking at. Now, if you want to plot your Fibonacci tool exactly like I do, want to calculate the pullback to 50% is likely, rejection from here is likely, then you can see a possible fall to this zone. That is something I'm also expecting out of silver. So only bearish trades out of silver with a pullback or aggressive entry. Right here, we are taking an opposite trade with Fibonacci levels. Finally, we have crude oil. It's now pushing down. That was already mentioned that it's likely going to push down and it's not going to hold at this level. That was already shown you in the first part of the video. Feel free to check them out. The first part, if you have not seen that, I highly recommend you to see the first part so that you can understand this analysis more easily. Now, price heading towards a level of support, which is 57.25 goes up to 58.76. It is a very weak level, but I'm expecting some bounce to capture your profits before the price will push back down. So just keep an eye on this zone. If you have a condition like double bottoms or engulfer, we're going to go long from here, exit your trades, and then look for your next entry condition. The major zone is right here at $36. One minor zone is here, which I'm going to keep you guys informed if this zone is broken. So keep an eye on this zone and the level that was broken recently. We can see a likely pullback to this level with bearish engulfers or double top, and the price is going to likely fall down from here. So expect a pullback, and also want to plot your Fibonacci tools exactly how we did on silver. Expect a pullback to 50%, reject from here, or a sell limit order. Your take profit can be till this zone by keeping a stop loss above. That is something I'm expecting from crude oil, or a pullback bearish entry with bearish engulfing pattern, or pullback to the zone with a condition like double top or engulfing pattern. So I have two zones, one above and one below. For the members, I'm going to send you up-to-date zone. For the YouTube audience, I'm going to mention new zones on Monday as well, or this zone might stays the same. So keep an eye on my Monday's video as well. So I have the two zones, one for buying, one for selling. In between, we are just selling the market as we are below 50 and 20 EMA. So only selling crude oil till we are in this area. So that is it for today's video. Hope you got a value and hope you're learning something out of my videos. If yes, don't forget to hit the like button from me. It really helps me in a YouTube algorithm. Hope you trade green. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome weekend. Take care.